Good morning. My name is Anita Juarez. I am a half breed. I'm here today live on YouTube to let people know that my grandson is getting bullied at school. To let people know that it's still happening here in Texas and here in Corpus Christi, Texas. It happened to my niece. It happened to a friend of mine where these teachers are just throwing these kids out of the classes just because of the race and their color. I asked her yesterday because they punched my grandson in the nose and they punched him in the stomach. He's the only black boy, black American in that classroom. The other ones are Hispanics. And I asked them if they can move my grandson out of that class. They said no. The boy is twice as big. He looks like a fourth grader. And I asked them if they can move him because I just couldn't see it. That big boy is taking advantage of my grandson. They told me that whatever's happening to Vandrew, that Vandrew don't pay attention in class, that because something has to be going on in my house. As you can see in the background, you don't hear no activities, no nothing. That's what's always here at my house. My mom is bedbounded. I'm disabled myself. And I couldn't even take my grandson trick-or-treating last night because it hurt me so much to hear what they did to my grandson. Punched him in the nose, got punched in the stomach, and got pushed by a bully in school. And these teachers here in Corpus Christi, Texas, are not doing nothing about it. This is my grandson right here. Happy little camper. But as soon as I take him to school, he starts acting up. He starts like crying. He don't want to be in that class. And why? Because there are more Hispanics and he's the only black kid in there. And when I go in there and sit down with him, these teachers are looking at me the same way too. And they're like, they all know me already. Why? Because the big black woman that's coming in there to watch over the black grandson. Because that's what it was described to me this morning. Again, I went in there, posted a video on Facebook about what they did to my grandson, but now I'm putting it on YouTube so they can see. This is me and my grandson. Yes, I'm different. He's different, you know. And this is a picture of my mom where she's Hispanic, fully Hispanic. See my mom? Fully Hispanic. That's my mom, fully Hispanic. So I don't have nothing against Hispanic people. But when they being racist against my grandson just because of his color, calling him nappy head, blackie, brown boy, I asked them yesterday nicely. I told the principals to move my grandson out of that class because I feel that he's being bullied. They said no, that they look at everything. That's not what I saw when I walked in there, when I sat there and I saw everything. They need to watch over our kids. That's what they get paid for. It's bad enough that there's people out there like hurting our kids, just for any little dumb things. And then for this to happen in school too. And the teachers are not doing nothing. And then they said that they couldn't suspend the little boy, that they can't suspend them. But you see, look. But this morning, they call me and tell me that my grandson punched the little boy. Well, did they ask him why did he punch them? No, they didn't ask him. They just wanted him to get in trouble. So I can see that he's not a good kid. When I was in conference with them, I told them to bring out my grandkid. I needed to ask him what really happened. Well, the little boy was picking on him and called him Brownie again. They didn't have nothing to say. There was an incident when I was there. A little boy had a banana. The teacher, substitute teacher, tells the little boy for him to give it to me. I didn't ask her for that banana. Why would she approach me like that? Because of my color? Is she kidding me? I mean, it breaks my heart to see this. It happened to me when I was young, man. I mean, they would call me whatever, every name in the book you call it when it comes to being this color. But at the same time, I'm still Mexican on the inside too. I'm not just fully this color, I am fully Mexican too. This teacher, that she's bilingual, she didn't know that I was a Mexican lady. They already had, pictured me as a black woman. That's why they were trying to give me the banana, trying to be stupid about things. I always got mistreated by my own family. They would call me names. They would call me all of the above. That I wasn't related to them because I was different from them. All my families are Hispanics. I'm the only dark one in the family. But it's okay. This is my daughter. And I love her to death. And I would do anything for her. You see how she looks Hispanic? But look at me. See, when she was going to that school, she never had problems because she looked more Hispanic. Now my grandson goes to that school. Now he having problems just because he looks like all these other kids right here, all my other grandkids. Are you kidding me? Come on now. We're still human beings. We still got kids, He made us all different, but we're still his kids. This racial thing has to stop, and these teachers are not even doing nothing. So this morning I woke up because I cried all last night, and the most thing that hurt me the most, that I couldn't even take my grandson trick or treating, because I was hurt. I was hurt at the incident that they did to him. It should not have happened. I'm here in this world to protect them, and I feel like I felt to protect them, but it wasn't my fault either, because they don't allow us to go back there because they don't want us to see what really goes behind those doors. But it's all good. I figured them out. I already saw a lot of things that I didn't appreciate it, and it still breaks my heart right now. I go back this morning to tell them what happened, that it wasn't right. It wasn't right, And I wanted their names, and I was going to go to the school board to report all of them. Report all of them because they don't want to do nothing to that little boy. They call him Nappy Head, Blackie, and then punched him in the nose, punched him in the stomach, pushed him twice. And he's been doing it. He's been doing it since school started. But nobody sees nothing. Nobody saw nothing. They're just blaming it on my grandson. That he needs special help. But the other kids they don't need special help. Why? Because they're Hispanics? Well, my grandson is Hispanic too. He's half and half. So there you go. There's a lot of mixed kids nowadays. My question is that why these teachers are not taking protocol and suspending this kid or doing something to this kid. I seen a kid that put the hand on the chair so the little boy could sit on top of his hand, and on a little girl. And I addressed it to the teacher. She didn't even do nothing about it. She just told the little boy, keep your hands to yourself. I don't think that's right because that's him doing dirty things to other kids. So what are they doing to my grandson? This is happening in school, and they're not even doing nothing about it. Nothing. And it breaks my heart to see and hear these things because why? Because they trying to come at me like something is going on here in my house, like he's getting molested at my house when it's happening in their school, and they're watch, but they're not watching. Why? Because it's like any other video they put out there, Bully does happen, and it does exceed. They did it to me plenty of times when I was going to school. Now they're doing it to my grandson. But I'm glad that he has a grandma like me, that I'm going to protect him, and I'm going to believe him 100%. Everything he tells me, everything that comes out of his mouth, I'm going to believe my son because he's my grandson. And I'm going to believe every single word that he tells me. I'm not going to believe them. No, I'm not. I asked them if they can change my grandson to another class because that lady's bilingual and she's trying to teach the Hispanic kids, how to speak English and all that. So they're confusing my grandson. You can't do that. They have special classes for them. But since they're shorthanded on teachers, they want to put all these bilingual kids in there too. So it's okay with me. But if you can't have time to teach my grandson, you need to move him out of there. He should have been moved out of there automatically. But they told me no. This morning when I threatened them that I was gonna go and report them for what they doing to my grandson, all of a sudden the tables turn. They want to move him. They want to move him to another class. You know, they're gonna move him to another class just because of what I said. That there's a lot of racists going around here. She sits behind the desk and she tells me, "Wow, ma'am, I would have never known that you were a Hispanic lady." And I said, "Yeah, but you see, that's what happens when y'all don't ask. Then you wouldn't have known that that little boy was Hispanic too. That he don't have a speech impediment. He just speaks like that because he's half and half. And that's why he can't speak right, just like me. And he has a speaking problem because of his teeth. You know, they put him some grills on his teeth because he had bad teeth. And that's why the words don't come out right. So they're trying to put him in a special class, but really they're just trying to get rid of him because he's black. That's the way I see it. But you know what? I'm not going to allow it, and it's not going to happen. And this bullying that's going around all these schools, it needs to stop. They need to do something about it. Everybody's worrying about the damn elections. Well, they should be worrying about what they're gonna do to these teachers. What are they gonna do about taking care of our kids? You know, are you kidding me? And they profiling me too because why would she call the cops? The cops never go over there. I've been going all this week. All of a sudden, they see that I'm upset and I'm crying about what they did to my grandson. There's a cop there waiting for me to show up. And she told me to go back. She told me to go back. She wanted me to bust out and get ghetto on her so they can give them a reason to lock me up. Because she thought I was a black woman, that I was gonna go off like any other woman would, you know, but I'm not like that. She got me mistaken with somebody else. I got more class than that. They the ones that are not educated. I am. I'm educated to act the way I'm supposed to act and the way I'm making this video right now to let y'all aware of what really happens in them schools, and the teachers don't say nothing because they hold it from me. I had to see it with my own eyes. So please do me a favor, watch over your kids, man, because they are getting bullied. They're doing it to my grandson, and they're gonna do it to y'all's kids too. If you see those kids acting different, it's because they're getting bullied. They're getting bullied, man. And I don't know how in the hell they see it that them kids are not doing nothing bad. Only my grandson, because he's the only black kid there. Are you kidding me? But you see, like I told her, I've been living in this neighborhood for 30 years. She's only been a principal there for 2 years. So what's really going on? She don't really know the neighborhood. She don't know nothing about this. My two kids went to the same school. I never had no problems. Why? Because they look Hispanic. But this one looks black, and they're giving him a hard time because of that. You know, like they don't want to teach him nothing. They don't want him to learn nothing. But it's okay. What gets broken, like I told my grandson, is gonna get fixed. And if they continue breaking this, I'm gonna fix it. And it's gonna be fixed to the fullest. I am not gonna give up on my grandson. I'm gonna have his back. 100%. And I don't care what they say about him. I know what he's doing is because he's defending himself. He's just a puny little guy. Puny little guy. And you should see these other big kids. They look like fourth graders. And they're taking advantage of this little boy right here. Come on now. Come on. They need to put a stop to it. Please. If I can get out there a lot of votes, I can show the district that all of y'all are 100% behind me on this, because they should not do this to these kids, man. They shouldn't do it. That's not right. And I said to myself, I wasn't going to cry because I wanted to make this video. Because it happened to me, now it's happening to him. But I am his voice. And I'm going to continue being his voice. And I'm going to speak out for him. And I'm gonna continue speaking out for him. And I don't care what it takes. But I'm gonna continue doing it. May God may God watch over my grandson while he's in school. Because sometimes they don't let me in there. So I can't watch over him all the time. May God give me the strength to watch over him. And thank y'all for listening and hearing my video. And I hope everything changes for the best and not for the bad. Thank you all for taking time and listening to my video. Because it is very important. Because y'all don't know what goes behind those schools. But I saw it with my own eyes. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all.